This is Jarrod Horak, and in this video I'm going to analyze the Grade 3 $400,000 Ack Ack Stakes at Churchill Downs, Saturday, September 28, 2024. And this race is a win and you're in for the Breeders' Cup Dirt Mile. Now, if you're interested in my full card analysis at Santa Anita Park for their autumn meet, you'll find those full cards on my personal website, therunawayhorse.com, on my sales page. And you can purchase individual full cards, weekly and weekend packages, or the entire meet. I've been doing these Southern California full cards since the late 1990s. I have a lot of success at Del Mar and Santa Anita. And speaking of Del Mar, the two-day Breeders' Cup will be at Del Mar later this fall, November 1st and 2nd. You can purchase my Santa Anita full cards, my Del Mar full cards, my Breeders' Cup full cards, next spring Triple Crown Series full cards. Go over to therunawayhorse.com for more details on my sales page, and you can also purchase my full cards at todaysracingdigest.com. And speaking of the digest, I'm going to be posting handicapping articles there for these Breeders' Cup prep races. You'll find those the next few weeks at Today's Racing Digest. And then also on my YouTube channel, I'm going to be covering a lot of videos for these Breeders' Cup prep races. So stay tuned to my YouTube channel for a lot of action coming up the next few weeks. And now we'll analyze this Ack Ack Stakes, and it's the 8th race at Churchill. 3-year-olds and up. It's a one-turn mile, and the scheduled post time is 9:37 p.m. Eastern Time. And we'll start the field with number 1, Tumbarumba. This one, very consistent, 15 starts. 12 of 15 times this horse has finished in the top 3 with 5 wins. The Churchill Downs record, 4 starts, 2 wins, a second and a third. 1 mile record, 4 starts, 2 wins and 2 seconds. Very consistent. This one's classy. Won the Grade 3 Fred Hooper at Gulfstream Park, a one-turn mile on January 27th. And then since then, the Grade 2 Gulfstream Park mile, he was second by a nose. The Grade 3 Ghost Sapper at a mile and a 16th, second by a neck. And then in the Hanshin Stakes last time out at Churchill at 1 mile, second beaten a length. He's got good early pressing speed, good versatility. He can be on the lead. He can be right off the lead. Luis Saez is going to ride back. He should make his presence felt throughout. He looks like a solid top 3 threat. Number 2, Stage Raider. This one is a Cherie DeVoe trainee, 4 for 16 with 4 runner-up finishes, 0 for 2 at Churchill, and then 9 starts at 1 mile with 2 wins and then 2 runner-up finishes. Last year in the Ack Ack Stakes, this one stalked the pace and finished second, and then was up the track in the Breeders' Cup Dirt Mile. It's been off form ever since finishing second in the Ack Ack last year. Didn't run well in the Breeders' Cup Dirt Mile. The Grade 2 Clark was up the track. The Tenacious Stakes, the Salvatore Mile, finished 4th in an 8-horse field. And then last time in the Monmouth Cup, 8th, beaten 21 lengths, finished last there. Seems to be off his best game at this point, and his lack of speed is concerning because there doesn't seem to be a ton of pace in this race either. Cagliostro is number 3 in here. Another Cherie DeVoe trainee with Jose Ortiz in the irons. This one's a fairly consistent 12 starts, 8 finishes in the top 3, including 3 victories, 3 starts at Churchill with a win in 2 seconds, and then 2 starts at a mile with a win and a second. So this one seems like a logical contender in this spot. They added blinkers in his first start this year in April at a mile and a 16th in an entry-level allowance race at Keeneland, and he pressed the pace and he won by a neck there. And then his next start was the Grade 3 Blame Stakes at Churchill Downs at a mile and an 1/8 on June 1st. He chased from second. He opened up a clear 2-length lead. Highland Falls ran him down. Cagliostro was clearly second best there. Highland Falls won the Jockey Club Gold Cup of Grade 1 mile and a quarter race at Saratoga this summer. And then Cagliostro in his next start in the Hanshin Stakes. I mentioned that race with Tumbarumba, and he pressed the pace from third from post 7 in a 9-horse field, and he opened up a 2-length lead, and he was able to defeat Tumbarumba by a length. I made him my top choice in the Grade 1 Forgo last time. That race was at Saratoga at 7 furlongs. Unfortunately for him, from the outside post, he stumbled badly at the start. He almost went down. He spotted the field several lengths, and then he was just eliminated after that start. And he ended up finishing 4th, so he did pass a few horses, beaten 9 lengths there. He was only 3/4 of a length out of third. So he's one that with a clean start in this race, I would expect that he's going to be up on the pace, most likely pressing the pace like he did in that Hanshin Stakes. The next one is Mufasa. This one is number 4 in here. And he's run 12 times with 9 wins. No seconds and no thirds. Most of his races, they were in Chile, and he won all 4 of his starts at this distance in that country. And then in 2 races in this country, Churchill Downs, 6.5 furlongs on a good track. His first race this year, his first race in this country, first start after a long layoff. And from the inside post, he broke 8th in a 10-horse field. He stalked from 4th. He moved up to 2nd in the stretch. He weakened to finish 6th. He was the beaten favorite. Lost that race by a bit more than 2 lengths. Typically, when these horses are coming over from South America, they need some time to acclimate, so I was surprised he was the favorite there. Wasn't surprised that he didn't perform up to expectations. I think the expectations were a little bit too high for that race. But then his next start at Colonial Downs at 7 furlongs, he ran a much better race. After he had a race in the country, he was able to get out there from post 6 in a 7-horse field. He pressed the pace, and he kicked away, and he won by almost 4 lengths. The clear runner-up there, Repo Rocks, he was the next out allowance winner. So Mufasa is moving into the stakes ranks here. He was a Grade 3 winner in Chile, and he's one that will probably press the pace under Tyler Gaffalione, his new rider. Jose Ortiz rode him in his first 2 starts in this country. He jumps over the Cagliostro. Mufasa, we'll have to see how good he is here. That pace in that last race wasn't that fast, even though it was 22:44. Looking at the par times, it was a below par pace there. Look like I figure he's going to stalk the pace in here. He has back-to-back bullet workouts for this at Keeneland. 3 Technique is next, and he's probably in trouble from a race shape standpoint because he's a closer, and there doesn't seem to be a ton of pace in this race. He's a veteran. He's run 38 times with 6 wins, 6 seconds, and 8 thirds. He's banked more than $900,000 in his career. He's struggling this year, though. As a 7-year-old, he's 0 for 4, and he hasn't finished in the top 3 in any of his races this year. And the Hanshin, he was 4th behind Cagliostro and Tumbarumba. He meets both of those rivals in here, along with some other decent sorts. And then in an optional claiming race after that, he was 5th in a 9-horse field. And then the Cowboy Jones Stakes, Saudi Crown, who's in this race, won that one. He was 5th in that 10-horse field. So for 3 Technique, Rafael Bejarano will ride back. He's going to need to find his past form. He does have some past class. He was 3rd in the Grade 3 Ack Ack last year. He was a Grade 2 winner in 2023 as well. Big Blue Line is next, and he's 4 for 20 with 7 runner-up finishes, 2 for 6 at Churchill, and he's finished in the top 2 in all 4 starts at this distance, including a win last time out at Saratoga. And he moved to the William Walden barn because he claimed this horse for $80,000. That was on June 29th when he finished 2nd at Churchill Downs. And in that race, he rallied from off the pace to finish 2nd. Cook Creek was the winner there. That one is coming back in the Lucas Classic, and that's at Churchill Downs on Saturday, September 28th. And I'm going to be doing the Lucas Classic as well, a video for that one with my top contenders. And then he added blinkers in that last win at Saratoga at 1 mile. So look for him from off the pace. He's stepping up in class, and a minor award probably isn't impossible. And then finally, number 7, Saudi Crown for trainer Brad Cox. This is a son of Always Dreaming. Florent Giroux is going to ride, and he's 1 for 1 at Churchill Downs. That win was at 6.5 furlongs last May when he wired the field in that entry-level allowance race, and he's run 3 times at a mile with a win in the 2nd. He's a classy sort. He missed the Grade 3 Dwyer by a nose last year, Grade 2 Jim Dandy 2nd by a nose. Then he won the Grade 1 Pennsylvania Derby. In the Breeders' Cup Classic, he pressed the pace. He finished 10th in a 12-horse field. He returned from a layoff, his first start as a 4-year-old. That was in the Grade 3 Louisiana. He wired the field there at a mile and a 16th. Then he went to the Middle East. In Saudi Arabia, the Grade 1 Saudi Cup at a mile and an 1/8 around 1 turn. He finished 3rd, beaten 3/4 of a length. Senior Buscador won that one. Bushba Tesoro was 2nd. And that was a 14-horse field. So that was a decent effort. And then in the Godolphin Mile, a Grade 2, he was up on the pace. He finished 12th, beaten 21 lengths in a 13-horse field. He returned from a layoff from March to August. And in that Cowboy Jones Stakes, he was able to get out there, battle on a lively pace. He was up a length early, and then he was dueling, and then he kicked clear again, and then he won that race by a length and 3/4. So like this post position here, outside post should give Florent Giroux options. He can go to the lead, and I think that's probably what he's going to do. But if someone's intent on the lead, he should be pressing from the outside. But looking at the pace scenario here, I think Saudi Crown is the one to catch. I'm going to go with number 3, Cagliostro as my top choice, though. I'm just going to draw a line through that last race in the Forego. Lost all chance at the start. Prior to that, he was in good form. As I said, he won that Hanshin Stakes at this course and distance, pressing the pace. If he can run back to that June 30th race, I think he can give Saudi Crown a run for his money. And Saudi Crown number 7 will be my second choice in here. And then I'll use Tumbarumba number 1, and then Mufasa number 4 underneath in exotics. And here's how I'll play this race. We're going to make a win wager on number 3, exacta box 3-7, trifecta 3-7 with 1-3-4-7 with 1-3-4-7. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment if you like this horse racing content. That'll wrap up my look at the Ack Ack Stakes, a win and you're in for the Breeders' Cup Dirt Mile. Stay tuned to my next video. I'm going to do the Lucas Classic at Churchill Downs. That will be a prep race for the Breeders' Cup Classic. And until I see you next time, good luck at the races.